It's important to become a capital of culture. It's a great opportunity to really transform the city. And Lecce and Salento have this opportunity now because we're in the second round. And this is where we have a chance to create desperately needed change and to create trust between civil society and administration. And also, it is very important because you become part of a family of European capitals of culture. It creates a huge European dimension. And it gives us a sense that we're working together to create a new culture of living, a new democratic culture in our everyday life, a new culture of inclusion, a new culture of professionalization and working together. And this we do in partnership with other cities who have had this experience or will have this experience. We become part again of the European family and have also an experience not only as citizens of Lecce and Salento, creating a Salentopia, but also contributing to the European dream, reinventing Eutopia as a part of this European capital of culture family. And our strengths are the beauty of this territory, the long and multicultural history, the wonderful food, the engaged society, and the political will. And if we put these together, we can transform this territory and make it even better. The 8 utopias encompass all social dimensions of the city. So what's very important here is that all civil society and administration and the political elite work together in order to create a new vision for the city. So we're working on Democratopia, which includes participation and good governance. We're working on Polistopia, which is about inclusion and accessibility. We're talking about Edutopia, which is about education and learning. We're talking Talentopia, how can we enhance the human potential of the city. We're looking at Profitopia, at new models of entrepreneurship and new models of social economy. We're looking at Ecotopia, how can we clean up this territory? How can we create an ecological utopia healthy for people to live in? We're also looking at Experientopia, which is how can we experience this territory in a new way? How can we create new models of tourism? How can we enjoy the food of the territory in a better, more encompassing way? And we're looking at Artopia, the role of the artist in social change, and new models of production that will invite people to come to this beautiful territory and produce here. So this is all a process which we have started with the citizenship, and this process is on the way. So we are far from being there. This is still a long way to go. But every day we move a step ahead, and the more people who join this process, the more entrepreneurs, teachers, unemployed, workers, retired people who share their knowledge. It's all about bringing the knowledge of the community together. Institutions, academic institutions also, who share their knowledge. Every day we move forward and bring in the people not only of Lecce, but the people of Salento, because Lecce 2019 is Salento 2019. Many studies have been written about the impact of cultural capitals on cities. And of course, there have been many good examples, but there have also been many bad examples who didn't think about sustainability and the years after the cultural capital year. But I think, as this is a very broad topic, if we reduce it to the essential aspect of it, is that the cities experience both a change in their image to the outside, so they become much more known, and they become known for new things or things that you didn't associate the city with. But also they create a new culture between the citizens, and they lure a lot of investments into the city. So it has ecological impact, it has economic impact, it has a cultural impact, it can have a social impact. So not all the impacts are measurable in our usual tools. But it does create jobs, it does create new opportunities, it does bring new levels of tourism into the city. It creates a different culture between the people in the city or in the territory, and it professionalizes and internationalizes an entire community. And if done well, it creates trust between the different levels of society, which is desperately needed in these times. Well, Lecce 2019 is like a medium, and European Capital of Culture is a tool that people have to learn how to use. So we created a series of tools in order to communicate better with the population. So we have our curiosity zones, Zona della Curiosità, which have different levels. One is that we go into the streets and into public spaces, and we invite the people into a dialogue. We are curious about them, and they can be curious about us. And we talk to them about cultural capital and how they envision the city or this territory in the coming years. Because this is a bottom-up process. This is about how the people want to live their lives and under what conditions they want to live their lives and in what culture they want to live their lives. So we have to ask them because they know, they are the experts. So we have the curiosity zones in the streets. We then have creative labs, the LUACs, urban creative labs. And these are more coordinated. They have a methodology where, again, people from different walks of life can come and join the conversation and put their themes on the table, put their themes into the discussion of the future of the city. And these discussions led to the 8 utopias that we spoke of before. Also, we have cluster groups where we invite people of certain professions to speak about the future of their profession in the city and how they can work together better. So these are the questions we ask. What is missing? What is working? What is not working? What would you like to do? And how can we do it together? So we have to set goals, create tools to reach these goals, and to work on these tools. We also have the internet as a source of information, and we have a source of people can send us their ideas through the internet, and we communicate, and talk a lot. We are also going to create a series of events which will bring the ideas of the project closer to the people and make them learn how they can enter this process and how they can work together with us and with others on this project. Because we say participation, but participation is also responsibility. Don't wait. Don't wait for cultural capital to come to you, because you are cultural capital. Start to work on it together. And if you have questions, please come to us, use us, but it is also your responsibility to make this territory cultural capital. Because it's not us and you, it is we. I think there's a wrong word in that sentence. The word vincere, to win. This is not about winning. This is about a process. And it's about gaining a title. It's about deserving a title. It's not about winning a title. We're not in competition or war. So we will win by doing this process because it's about that the city gains something from the process. And we can do it with or without the title because it's about doing what we have to do. Of course, it's easier with the title because it gives it the title is like a turbo engine for change. But if we do this second phase right, if we work concretely on projects that will show how the city can be, then the work, of course, will not be lost because this knowledge can then continue to transform into projects. So the possibility is that it will be humbler, it may be smaller, it may be slower, but it won't be lost. So we have a philosophy. Usually, plan A is to win the title. And when you don't win the title, you start to think, oh, plan B, what should we do? That is too late, and that is when you lose the work. Our philosophy is, plan A is to create change, to improve the city, to learn to work together, to build trust. Plan B is, if we receive the title from the jury, we will also do the Cultural Capital Project. But the work needs to be done with or without the title. So we don't just work to gain a title, we work to change the city together.